the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia had, in fact, a brief interaction with the press. Let's just listen into what he said.
I'm very glad in India G20. It's well done with a great agenda and a lot of announcements that will benefit both country and G20 country and the whole world. So I want to say to India, well done, and we're going to work to create a great future for both countries. Thank you.
Heard, in fact, from the Saudi Crown Prince talking about the fact that G20 has been successful. Well done is what he said. We're talking about the friendship between India and Saudi Arabia in terms of trade, in terms of people-to-people ties. Both the countries and both the leaders, in fact, share a warm equation. Big on the agenda is the India-Gulf Economic Corridor. I'm going to get in Geeta Mohan to talk to us a little about the Economic Corridor. That really has been the conversation about the Economic Corridor, rather, has been buzzing. Okay, just going back to Geeta in a moment from now, let's go back once again to what the Crown Prince said.
It's well done with a great agenda and a lot of announcements that will benefit both country and G20 country and the whole world. So I want to say to India, well done, and we're going to work to create a great future for both countries. Well done with a great agenda and a lot of announcements that will benefit both country and G20 country and the whole world. So I want to say to India, well done, and we're going to work to create a great future for both countries.
What the Saudi Crown Prince has said. Geeta, in fact, continues to be with us. Geeta, a lot of conversation about the India-Middle East Economic Corridor. Talk to us a little about what has been proposed and what is the transport project that is going to link India to Middle East and Europe?
Well, that's a multilateral program between India, Middle East and Europe. A lot of questions being asked about where would the funds come from. This, in all probability, is a rare instance where Saudi Arabia will not be the key funder of the project. They are looking at other agencies as well, and that's why in that photograph that you see when the project was being launched, the IMEC project was being launched, there was the World Bank president standing right beside the leaders, Ajay Banga, which means that they are looking at the World Bank also to be a key funder of the project. It is a very important one, a connectivity project, Sneha, that will counter China. But if I could just go back to what the Crown Prince said, at a time when he's having his state visit, he came at a critical juncture. The most difficult and challenging of the G20s that we've ever covered. And the Indian administration managed to bring about a joint communique that certainly was acceptable to all. And those who still had concerns and had issues with the joint communique, nonetheless gave in and agreed to a joint communique for the better good of ensuring the continuity of the G20. And that's why the praises and that came India's way from the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, saying that a job well done. An impressive projection of India's might on the global stage. And that is quite evident with how the world leaders came together to wish Prime Minister Modi and to stand by Prime Minister Modi. So this is going to be a very significant state visit. And like I said earlier, there are important engagements and agreements to be signed in the energy and agriculture sector. But also the Strategic Partnership Council meet that will take place between the two leaders. That will be significant.
The talks begin at 11 o'clock at Hyderabad House in Delhi. Geeta, just take us through the details of the itinerary also. Otherwise, what after that? What is expected?
Well, like the visuals display themselves, Sneha, the first agenda item in this entire one-day itinerary of the Crown Prince is the ceremonial reception, and the ceremonial reception has ended. which will be followed by the bilateral talks between Prime Minister Modi and the Crown Prince, and followed by the co-chairing of the Strategic Partnership Council. In the evening, he'll have a meeting with President Murmu, and later, the very same evening, he's going to fly back to Saudi.
All right, that's the itinerary of the Saudi Crown Prince, who is going to be holding bilaterals. Just in a few moments from now, Delhi's Hyderabad House, and Gaurav Sawant, our managing editor, is also back with us for more details on that as far as the deliverables of this meeting and these meetings really is concerned. Gaurav.
You know, Sneha, what is extremely crucial, this is the relationship between India and Saudi Arabia, the trade relationship that is being taken forward. This is a relationship that has existed from the times of the Sindhu Saraswati Sabhyata. So from the Indus Valley civilization, we've had a trade relationship with Saudi Arabia. Now that relationship being taken forward to the next level, and the two leaders, you know, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia and Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India, they understand the importance of that civilizational relationship. Then when you take it to the next level in the 21st century, it actually shows what this means, what this relationship means to both the countries. And it's a relationship that's been through its ups and downs. But like you and I were discussing, since 2015, India has invested extensively in our relationship with the Middle East, with West Asia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he's traveled to the Middle East between 2015 and 22, if I may. He visited the UAE in 2015, 2018, 2019, 2022. He visited Saudi Arabia in 2016, 2019. He visited Qatar in 2016, Oman in 2018, hosted both UAE and Saudi Arabia in India in 2019, and then again he's now in G20, that multilateral, and this summit with the Crown Prince in 2023 after G20. This shows the massive expanse to India-Saudi Arabia relationship and the importance that India attaches to it.
Right, Gaurav, in fact, I'm going to ask you to be with us. In a moment from now, we'll have a further conversation as far as that economic corridor is also concerned, getting in more details. Let's now take a look at how the Gulf India rail and port link really is going to be looking like. These are pictures, in fact, of the link that we are in fact telling you about, is what India is looking at very closely, the India, Middle East, Europe corridor. Like Geeta said, it's a multilateral project, and all fingers crossed as far as that particular project is in fact concerned.